Hello! Welcome to the art room of the Liminal Branch Library. I'm, oops, on the wrong
Oh,
page. I'm on the right page now. I'm Nova Minakawa, your fallen star rising to the top of your hearts, and your art teacher today. And I have my student here that will be drawing with us and with you guys.
oh, that's me. I'm
That's
the
you.
student.
Yes.
That's right. I'm Mordio Crow, archivist, librarian, and eternal student.
Ooh, that's very nice. Yeah. So I thought it might be fun to do an art stream where I teach you guys how to draw some of the residents of the library. I thought that might be fun, and I think it's very simple. They start out very simple. Mordio, could you please take out our first subject, our dust bunny?
Oh, yeah, sure. That's an easy one. Let me just one sec. One
Summon
sec.
them.
There we go.
Wonderful. Let me just show you to the class a little more. Let me just enlarge you so we can see
Oh,
a
okay.
little bit
Okay.
more.
I'll just get closer to the
Oh,
camera.
yeah, just get closer to the camera, please.
Oh. There we go. There we go.
Are you doing it?
Doing what? Oh, I thought you were doing it.
I was trying to. No, but yes, there we go. Okay. There we go.
What? Too close to the camera?
A little too close. But you know what? That's fine. That's totally fine. I'm going to shrink you back down now. Or, sit back down.
Okay. Okay.
All right, yeah.
Up.
Let's get out of here. I mean, not get out of here, just. Okay, you're a
Hey,
little
don't
too
kick
big
your
still.
students out before we've even started to draw.
Oh, God. Hold on. Whoop! I just want to make sure that people can see your art, too.
Yeah. Okay. It's important.
Ooh, okay, all right. Let's get started then. We're going to do a dust bunny today. Let me get out a new canvas. We'll just do a square for now. That's fine. And you guys should be able to see everything. Mordio, do you have your own canvas now? You have a clean slate for us?
Yes.
I know you were drawing something earlier.
Mm-hmm. Was getting excited about art, so.
Oh, hold on. My OBS is going a little weird. Why? It's really big and I can't grab it.
Nope, everything
Oh,
all right?
I got it. All right, we're good.
I can't hear Nova anymore.
No, I did. No!
You can't see my screen on the stream anymore either.
What the heck? Oh boy. What's happening here? Sorry, guys. I'm going to put us on a little break right now until I figure this out. Hello, everybody, again. I am incredibly sorry. This is a cursed stream. This is a cursed art stream. I don't know what this says about the future of these streams, but we're going to try really hard. We're going to try really hard to just get this done. Let me make sure I post to you
Okay.
guys on other places, on Bluesky, letting you know we are back. And, I don't know. We're just going to try it. Mordio, before everything went wrong, I was asking you, could you please get a fresh canvas? As much as I love that drawing there, save it and give us a new canvas.
I already had one before you asked that. It's already there.
Okay, I see it now. Now it's a nice blank canvas. Okay. So, we're going to draw the dust bunny today.
Hang in there.
Now, this is a very simple creature. Let's go with a sketch first, and then we can draw our things on top of it later. But honestly, you can draw this right from the get-go. All right, so I'm going to have a layer and a fresh layer and my favorite sketching pencil on Clip Studio Paint. That is called the Design Pencil. And then I just choose any light color.
I don't have that pencil.
If you do you have your pen setting at all?
Pen setting?
Do you have your brush?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, well, I can see your screen. So you are in fact on your pencil tool. There's a couple of different ones. You have pencil, mechanical pencil. Ah, I see. Well, you can always download other brushes, but you just pick one you're comfortable with. You don't have to do a design pencil. You can just do a regular pen, the regular pen tool if you want. I like the design pencil. This is my sketching pencil. So we are going to make a circle, but I want you to make this circle just a little flat, a little more horizontal than it is tall. So more like an
Slightly
oval.
loaf.
Yeah, draw a loaf. We're gonna draw a nice loaf here. Awesome. Now,
Loaf.
you could start drawing your bunny this way if your bunny's a very loafy sort of thing. But if we're going to follow sort of like what it looks like on your shoulder, right? It has a little bit of a body. So what I'm going to do now on the right, or sorry, the leftmost, I know my left and right, the leftmost part of the circle, sort of in the center here, like where you get the center, I'm going to start drawing another circle on top of it. So if, Morty, are you able to watch me? Or are you just listening
Yes,
audibly?
I'm watching at a slight delay.
Okay, no worries. So we're going to do an overlapping circle right about there.
Oh. Okay, okay.
So draw your circle. Perfect. That looks beautiful. And we're going to do two long ovals for the ears. So I'm gonna put my my creature down on the canvas a little bit so I have room for nice tall ears. You can make your ear shapes whatever you want. I like doing a very tapered oval, right? So very tapered at the bottom, so that's where the ear comes out from the head, and then a nice round body for the ears.
Too big.
You can
Yeah,
your dust. So the great thing about dust bunnies is that they come in all shapes and sizes, depending on how
It's
dirty
true.
your library is. They can accumulate and grow very, very big.
Also true. They can get quite grande.
They can also be very small. But most of them are about the size that's on your shoulder, I would say.
Yeah, I am inclined to agree.
Okay. And now we're going to do a tiny circle on the rightmost side, and that's going to be our tail. So that's where our tail's going to be. If you want to compare it to the head, it's like maybe a third of the head, this tiny little tail right here.
Okay, okay. Puff.
Awesome. All right, now let's make some guidelines for our bunny's face. So in the left circle where our face is, we're gonna go horizontal right down the right across the middle, and then a vertical line right across. So you're gonna have a little X mark there for your bunny head. Now this one is facing straight at the camera, but depending on where you want your bunny to look, you can draw the X a little higher, a little lower, depending. Wherever you want it to look, this is going to be our guide point.
Okay, okay.
Now, I want to make this even loafier.
Loaf.
So, dust bunnies don't really have legs or arms or anything like that. So we're just going to have a gesture of it having like a lower body, something to crawl around in. So what I'm going to do is from the head where this middle line is, right? I'm going to do a 90-degree angle, right, from here and then across to the bottom of the body oval. So we're going to do something like that.
Whoa. What kind of mathematical rabbit? All right, all right.
This is sort of just a guide post for you because I'm going to round it now. So you can have a rounded sort of body right here. You can do it right in the middle. I'm gonna erase this, and you can sort of do it like right here, wherever you'd like it, and that'll
Oh,
like
I see.
determine the shape of your rabbit. So you can make it as
Mm,
loafy as you'd like, or just if you want a little hint, you can just do a little curve right there.
I see. I see.
And you can certainly do that with the back end too. So I'm going to do that 90-degree angle again, and then make a little rounded area.
A loaf out the oval. I getcha. I getcha.
Now I was considering moving on to the eyes on the sketch layer, but it's honestly so simple we could go to the line art layer, but just to be safe, we can plan out where our eyes are. And so from that crosshair that we made on the face circle, we're just gonna
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna do just really a big thick line for the eyes, and you can rest it a little bit on the horizontal line there, just two thick lines.
Easy.
Perfect. Oh, yours is so cute. Very good. And then right under it, we're going to just do like a little 3, a little W, little bunny smile. Perfect.
There we go.
Yay!
Now
Okay.
that's a rabbit.
Now I think we can go straight into the line art at this point. I'm going to make a new layer on top of my sketch layer. I'm going to label it line art. You know, I should
Okay.
have also labeled the sketch layer, so we're going to do that too while we're at it. Make sure you name your layers.
Mm-hmm. Always do.
Now
Oh,
going,
here's a question for you.
yes.
Did you save your drawing? Hmm?
No, and that brings me to my next greatest point. Saving. You're going to save this into whatever folder you think is good. I'm going to label mine Dust Bunny Practice.
I already had mine saved since the start of the
Oh, look,
stream.
we got an A+ student here.
Hmm.
We got a really good
Hmm.
student over here. Good job. All right. Line art.
All right.
Line art layer. So, you can use any brush that you want, that you feel is good. I like using a textured brush for this, for the dust bunnies specifically, because dust bunnies are kind of scrungly. They're kind of, you know,
It's true.
messy. They're just made out of dirt, you know, dirt and
Mm-hmm.
dust. So I like having a pen that reflects that. I have in my defaults, it's just called textured pen, and that's the one I
Yes.
like to use.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna make it a little bit of a thick brush. I'm gonna make it a little
Cool.
thick brush. Now here's the best part about dust bunnies. They're very scribbly, so you can just loosely follow the guidelines that we've done, right? So I'm just gonna do the
Mm-hmm.
outline of the body. So if you see my pen loosely where it is, I'm going to follow the outside of this circle shape down around to this foot-ish shape around the loaf,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and go. We're going to ignore the tail for now because the tail is in the back, and then just go all the way around. And you can erase stuff too if you want it to be more in front, or, you know, anything you'd like. But I'm just going to scribble. I'm just going to just scribble.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just scribbling along these guide
Oh,
points.
I see. I
This is a
see the
very,
technique.
very fuzzy looking bunny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Hambone. Welcome to the stream. We're teaching how to make dust bunnies. Now, this is an advanced technique, so you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I like to put a second line art layer for my double scribble. So you can call this line art 2. Sorry, I just realized the joke that can be made here.
This is for when line art goes beyond line art. Or you could just call it line art too.
Yes, as soon as I said that, I knew what joke we were gonna do. And you're just gonna, you do a thinner line here, and then just do a secondary scribble. It's not even bigger and looser, because this is like all the hair that's collected on the dust bunny.
Oh,
You can just do a
okay.
second one if you'd like.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna go back to my regular line art now. Really, I'm gonna go back and forth, right? Because we have the body here, right? So I'm gonna do the ears now. Scribbly, scribbly, the ears.
Yes, okay, okay.
Scribbly, scribbly, the tail. And then on your line art 2, you can scribbly, scribbly again in a thinner sort of brush.
Okay, I see the strategies here.
Each dust bunny is unique and equally cute.
It is true, though some of them do get quite scrungly.
That's true. Some are like, kill me. I imagine. I've never seen one. Never seen one say that.
I haven't either. I have seen ones that are so loaf-like they're more like statues, though.
Loco del Lapis, thank you for coming. Yeah, you made it in time. Well, really, we just got started because we had technical difficulties. But we're fine now. We're good.
Are you okay?
Mentally, no, but everything else we're fine.
Okay.
All right, now let's just go over the eye. Those
Mm-hmm.
thick lines we're going to go over, and then the little bunny mouth. How's your bunny looking?
It's looking pretty good. Pretty good, I'd
Oh,
say.
very early. Let's turn off our line art and take a look. Or sorry, not our line art, our sketch. Turn off our sketch. Beautiful bunnies. Now let's put some color in it, okay? Let's make a new layer right under line art.
Okay.
And choose your favorite color of brown. Dust bunnies are brown and gray, so anything around there is good. And you know what? The best part is you don't have to color in the lines. You just scribble that color underneath. So simple. So simple.
That does sound incredibly simple.
So I'm going to choose this nice brown over here. Going to loosely color underneath. Did the bunnies try to destroy Twitch or something? No, it was OBS. It was freaking OBS. So you can do it all one color if you'd like. You can this is like a great place to take out your fancy brushes, the ones that have like a lot of texture in it. I'm going into my brush tool and I'm doing thick paint, and I'm doing it at a lower opacity, and I'm just gonna scribble in a slightly different shade of brown, and I'm just kind of just playing with it. The best thing about dust bunnies, you can just kind of play with it, right? So choose whatever like shadow layers you want or dirt colors, and just kind of sprinkle it all around. Dust bunnies are dusty. They can be whatever.
It's in the name.
It's in the name. I'm going to go into... I also like doing the hatch tool. So this is shortcut B in Clip Studio Paint. What the heck? Clip Studio Paint. I can talk, I swear.
The mental damage really didn't get to you.
I had such mental damage from this stream. And I'm just going to put just scribble it on. Just right there. This is Dust Bunny. How's your Dusty Bunny going?
It's very dusty.
Very nice.
Very dusty, just filling in some of the spots, trying to keep some texture. But
Yeah, great place for texture. Just like go crazy with it, honestly.
And you said what? Control B? Nope.
Just B.
Oh, just B.
If you click B, you should get your decoration brush. And then there's a bunch of different options that I have at least. Like there's hatch tools, so you can like, this is good for cross hatching. You can choose a couple of those if you'd like.
All right. Once again, it seems that you have a lot more setup than I do, so I do not have these options.
Well, you
I
can
do
choose
have.
anything that has texture, right? And if you're not using Clip Studio, you can do this in not Clip Studio Paint, you know? Just anything you feel like feels right for your dust bunny. Paintio sounds like the evil twin of Mordio, but made of paint. Ooh.
Oh, my Doodle Bob
Yes.
equivalent.
The what?
My Doodle Bob
Oh, yeah, you
equivalent.
doodle bob. Here's another thing we can do. We can lock the line art layers. So we're going to lock the opacity of the line art layers. In Clip Studio Paint, it is going to be in your layers panel. There should be a little thing that looks like a lock and then a grid, and that is your lock opacity. And the reason we're doing this is because we want to color our line art. And if you lock the opacity, you can go up here to the bucket tool or wherever your fill tool is, right? Choose a color. I'm going to choose a dark brown for my outline, and then click and look, the whole thing, the whole line art here is now that one color. I have 2 pieces of line art, so I'm going to do that again. Go to your line art, lock the opacity, lock the transparent pixels, choose a color, and then use your fill tool.
Where's that lock opacity button?
So, if you have Clip Studio Paint, and do you have your layer panel out? Do you see all your layers?
Yes.
And above those layers, do you see a set of icons?
I see a lock transparent. I see a lock layer.
Yes, lock transparent pixels. That's the one you want to do. It has a little lock icon and sort of like a grid.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Locked. Or should I say locked?
Locked, yes.
Locked.
Then you can choose a color. I would choose a dark color, maybe still brown, to sort of keep that theme going there, that monochromatic style. And you can fill your bucket. You can use the fill tool. Oh, I see. So there are 2 types of fill tool. There is the fill tool that is in your tool docket, which it should be around the left-hand side, right? But if you go to your canvas and you see where you've labeled your piece, mine is called Dust Bunny Practice. Yours could be called something else, I don't know.
Okay.
And then go over to the right until you see the paint bucket.
Yes, I have the paint bucket.
No, not over there. Where your name is, where the name of your canvas is.
And
then go up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And then there.
Wait, is this paint bucket different from the other paint bucket?
It will paint everything.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, that's a little confusing.
Oh, so Hambone brings a good point. So there's many ways you could do this. I like to make the fill permanent, but if you go to your layer properties, now you might not have this, Mordio, so don't worry about it, but you can convert to drawing color. This is something I use, it's like under effect. So maybe if you go to window effect and you click on layer color, it makes it automatically blue, but you can choose a different color and press the fill tool and then it will fill it for you. And then you can do the sub color to make it like the right opacity, or I think it has to do with lightness, light and dark or whatever. But you can do that way as well. That will color all your line art. And you don't even have to lock the opacity layer when you use that effect. light, dark. So, what do you think about your dust buddy?
I think it's pretty cute. Very dusty. I don't know how well the
Amazing.
dust particles come up on stream, but
Well, you zoomed in and I could see them, so.
yeah, if we zoom in,
Oh
we've
yeah,
got
that's a
some nice.
dusty bunny.
This one has a cloud, like that one character from Peanuts.
Loco de Lape says, if the liner is fully black, then it changes to the same color you pick. Mine was black, and when I use layer color, it doesn't do that for me. I still have to press it twice, like the layer color and the subcolor to get the correct color. But I'm sure there's many different ways. As you can see, we did it many different ways. You could lock the opacity, right? And you could just use your regular pen tool and then color it in this way, you know? So there's many ways to do the same thing, which can get confusing, but there are some differences. So just choose the one that feels right to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're just done with our dust bunny. Why don't we move on to marks?
Marks.
Now, I don't think we've actually ever talked about marks in depth. Would you like to explain it, or would you like me to explain?
I mean, what's to explain, really, I suppose. They're little magical familiar of the library. Their name takes after their form, which will be very apparent soon.
Oh, okay. We'll keep it a mystery then. So
It's not a mystery. You don't have to keep it a mystery.
okay. Well, I just want to clarify. Marks are M-A-R-K. Yes, this is very similar to just a regular old name, but it's short for bookmark. Bookmarks, and is that the name of your chat? Or is it not? Are they just familiars?
Great question. To be determined.
Okay, you may or may not be marks if you're in chat. But this is my stream. I'm hosting the stream, so you're Starlings right now. It's very confusing.
No, it's you get lots of options. You get to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're big on choice.
We're pro-choice.
You know, the moment I said that, I realized that it could be taken that way, but it wasn't the intent.
Mark is also a wrestling term. Yeah, it's a very flexible sort of word here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm getting a tummy ache, but let's continue.
Oh, no.
All right, we're going to start by saving our file. We're going to call this mark practice. Wait, I don't like that, actually. Let's not call it mark practice. Mark drawing practice. That's a better name. Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now that we've named our file, which is what you are always supposed to do and what I definitely did the first time, we're going to draw it. We're just going to draw a rectangle, a long rectangle. Remember, this is a bookmark, so make it bookmark shaped. You could freehand it. You could use a tool like the rectangle tool and just do that instead if you'd like.
Rectangle.
Yeah, just a bookmark rectangle. Oh, I see you have drawn yours, and it looks so dynamic.
What can I say? Just naturally dynamic artist.
All right, I'm going to do that too. I can't have the student show up the teacher here. All right, we got a bookmark shape.
You know, I don't think that's something you have to worry about here.
Okay.
I really don't.
So, marks are also they have variants to them. They're not all the same either, but they usually have the same general shape. So we got the rectangle. Now I'm really gonna make tiny little feet, and they have very simple feet. They're just put 2 lines at the bottom and then a horizontal line for the feet. You can kind of make it curved here, just like this foot is a little curved. This is their little foot. And that's just their feet. If you want, you can make it look like your bookmark is walking by making one foot have like this less than. Wait, is this less than or greater than? I think this is less than.
Less than.
Less than sign, or well, I guess it depends on where you're facing, right? It could be facing whatever direction. Just make a little carrot shape, right? And then do the foot right here. So it could be like, you know, doing a little steppy.
True. Mine looks like it just busts through the doors and has something important to
Yeah,
say.
I like that. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna make mine sort of squatting like this. What's fun about this simple foot shape is you can do all sorts of fun and funky poses. Now, somewhere around the middle of your rectangle here is where I'm going to place the arms. So if you want to divide your rectangle in half horizontally, we're going to do some arms. Now, the arms are actually much longer than the legs. How long is depending on how you want it to be. But I'm going to make it around this long, like not quite touching the bottom of its bottom. But just like some arms like this. Usually they kind of have like a very arms out kind of look. You're not really going to see the arms like drooped over to the side. They're kind of like, it's kind of curved, right? They're kind of like, it's gremlin.
It's so they don't get paper cuts.
Sure. So 2 arms here. And
don't doubt my improvised lore.
Oh, I mean, what you say goes. What you say goes. You got your arms out. Oh, very strong arm line.
Yeah, that was a bit too much arm. Maybe...
Hello, about a nice rectangle.
Thanks. We're really good at basic shapes here.
Yeah. We're doing easy mode, you know, to start out with.
For my sake, I need it.
And then give it fingers. Now, I usually give them like 3 or 4 fingers. So like classic American cartoon, they just kind of stick out of the point of their arm. Just, you know, whatever. Yeah. Oh, I really like yours so already. All right. Now let's go to the top. We're going to do their little tassel.
Right.
So if you make a line to indicate the middle point of the top point of your rectangle here. I can't participate as I'm still recovering from stream yesterday. Oh, no problem. You don't have to draw along if you don't want to. You can always look at this video later at Mordio Nova on YouTube. You could watch our VOD.
Oh, is this one getting VODed?
Yes, this one will actually get VODed.
Okay.
Anyway, so the middle of your, YouTube plug, let's go. So that's just your middle point. Now from that middle point, we're going to do a semicircle right here. This is the top part of the tassel, just a little small semicircle right there. And now we're going to draw a very luxurious S shape, just a sort of loose S shape. And this is going to be the guide for the tassel part. So watch as I do just a very loose kind of S like that.
Whoa. All right. Let's see.
This is getting a little more complicated here. I'm actually going to squish down my guy so we can have a little more room on the canvas.
And mine's also over 1,000 pixels tall.
All right, now that we have that glorious S shape, 1 second. Whew, okay. So this is where it's going to get a little more complicated. We're going to make the top part of this S, so like, see where I'm circling around here at least a little bit? See, like around here? We're going to make this part thicker, so we're going to come from the side here, and we're going to make another line like this.
Okay.
And then on the opposite side, we're going to do around the same thickness like that, make it kind of thick like this.
Okay, like a really big ponytail.
Yeah, it's basically a ponytail here. I see you've rotated your canvas. Very expert level move there.
That's expert level or required level, because I don't know. I don't
What?
know if I can.
Required level?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if my hand will follow the line properly if I leave the canvas.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, that is a good technique, though. So if your drawing canvas has the capability to rotate, or if you're just doing this on paper, definitely rotate to make things easier in your life. I know I do, especially when I'm like doing a line that I just can't seem to get right. In one angle, I'll rotate the canvas and then drag my arm a different way, and it usually comes out much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my secret is that I can only draw 3 lines, so I have to just keep rotating the canvas so that it's always the same line.
That reminds me of Carell the robot. Yeah.
Carell the robot mentioned. I don't have a soundboard, but that's where I would play an air horn if I had one.
And so you can continue those 2 lines to reach the tip of the middle line, right? So we have a nice taper here.
Okay.
Hydrate. You gotta hydrate. I don't
Alright.
think I put in the... Oh, sorry. My audio mixer doesn't have the soundboard right now. Sorry, but I saw it. I'm gonna hydrate.
What are you gonna do when someone redeems the save? How will you know to save?
Well, I'm looking at the chat pretty often, so
Okay.
it'll be good. Okie dokie. So if we want to do a little more detail too, you can draw lines coming off of your curve here to draw individual tassels, right? So if I like do another curve off of this curve, later I can make it so it looks like a bit of the tassel has, so it's not all in one clump. So you can do a couple of those if you'd like. Really think of this as hair. Have I saved? I can save right now. Every time I make a line. I did save the canvas though. Like the file is saved. I did that at the beginning, so we're all good. But thank you for the reminder. Yes, we will continuously save here.
As I
Okay.
was saying earlier, I already had my canvas named and saved
Don't
before
get
we
for an
started.
hour at a time. That's actually probably too late. I probably need to do it every 10 minutes, to be honest.
That goes for everyone.
Yeah, for everybody.
I don't know if it's a habit from when I was writing, but for me, it's like, oh, there's a pause in what I'm doing, Control S. Like, just as soon as I'm not actively doing something, I save.
Well, I am more conscious of saving when I'm not talking. It's a little hard to do both, to remember. My brain doesn't function that much. Okay, so let's continue on. Now I will say that the design on marks can vary pretty dramatically. They usually have a singular eye. Where you put it really is up to you. You can put it on the bottom if you wanted, if you really wanted. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick the middle of the top half of my rectangle. So we made that little horizontal line where we put the arms. Now I'm going to use that as the bottom line and the top of the rectangle as my top, and then do another, just divide it again, and that's where I'm going to put my eyeball.
Ooh, okay.
You can put it anywhere though, like I said. You can put it in the middle. You can put it at the bottom.
I'm gonna follow along with you for now, at least.
All right. And then, I see you've already divided it down the middle, which is good. I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to do that right now. And now we have our crosshairs. So what I'm going to do now, the eyes are a very particular look, I will say. You can put them anywhere, but the eyes pretty much all look the same from here. We're going to do an almond shape. So we're going to do from the leftmost corner of the crosshair, we're going to do a semicircle and go touch the other end of the crosshair. So the right side, left to right side of the crosshair semicircle. Oh, you've already gone the ahead and you've done the almond shape. Look at this student just like reading ahead.
I always was good at school, you know?
This is the eyeball shape, and then we're gonna do a circle that touches, or you can do it more of an oval if you'd like, but just do a circle that touches the top and the bottom of that almond shape. And then we're gonna put funky little eyebrows, just like big old eyebrow, or not eyebrows, sorry, eyelashes. So 3 eyelashes on the top, 3 eyelashes on the bottom. Perfect. Now, I will say again, marks do vary in whatever kind of pattern you want. I'm going to do one, and feel free to follow along or do your own sort of pattern on the bookmark. Excuse me. But I'm going to put a flower shape. I'm going to put it right on its belly. So I'm going to do a 5 petaled flower. I guess I can be more technical about it just because this is a drawing stream after all. So I'm going to do another division right here. So I have another crosshair. This is going to be where my flowers, I don't know the anatomy of a flower, but the pollen part of the flower, right? The circle.
The pollen part.
So that's the tiny circle there for the flower part. And then I'm going to do big semicircle shapes, flowery shapes, and just go around the corner. So I have one at the top that's sort of in the middle, one to the side. I have one that's
goodbye,
right.
Amasha.
Oh, bye-bye. Thank you. Another balloon shape right touching the middle of that line, and then another one there. And then we got a little flower shape right on its belly. Beautiful. And then you really, those are the main elements of a mark. You can do whatever sort of decorations, like perhaps I want the bottom to be gold, so I'm just going to make a mark there to know that I'm going to have a delineation right there. You can outline the flower again if you'd like, sort of like this, for more design. Anything you want. You can be whatever kind of mark you want. Leave your mark. You know what I mean? You can also, I see you've gone for asymmetrical flowers. Very good. Very nice.
Yeah, so I'm still following along, but putting a slightly different spin on it.
Yeah, I don't know if I even like this design for mine, but I think it's pretty simple. You can always change it because we're going to go into the line art phase right now. So I kind of actually chose a dark color, so I'm just going to put down my sketch layer opacity to maybe around 50, somewhere around there, just so I can see it a little better. That's usually why I sketch with light colors, so I don't have to put down the opacity. And I'm going to make a new layer on top of that called line art. Now this one isn't as loose as the rabbits, so this is actually very much more geometric. So I'm going to use like a normal sort of pen, just a solid pen instead of a scratchy pen. And I'm just going to follow this rectangle line. Oh, here's a little tip. If you haven't played with stabilization on your brushes, I do recommend trying it out. When you choose a tool from Clip Studio Paint specifically, there are tool properties to it, and you can, if you don't see it, you can go to Window and then Tool Property, and you'll be able to see the different properties of the pen, and you can see stabilization. And what this does is, depending on how high or low it is, it will correct sort of your lines, right? So if I put it really high, if I put it on 50, for example, and I go straight down, it's going to make a pretty smooth line. Now, if I put that stabilization down to 0, for example, it's much wavier, right? So if I'm doing something small, or if I'm doing a very particular line, it's not as smooth as I'd like it to be. So personally, I put my stabilization around 20 for normal stuff, or 15 to 20. But if I want to do like something really big, for example, big sweeping lines, and I want it to be really smooth, I'll put it up as high as 50, honestly. So just play with it, whatever feels good to you. So I'm going to leave it on 20, and I'm just going to do this line. Alternatively, you can also use your figure tools. The shortcut is U, and there's a curve tool, which I think would be really good for this. And then you just pick one point and the end point, and then you adjust the line. So that's the curve tool. That's how that one works. Actually, I think I might do the curve tool just because it's a little easier, it's more mechanical, which I think is perfect for this sort of geometric guy.
I see, that makes sense.
What are you using?
I was messing with the stabilization that you suggested and got some good lines, so I just
Oh, very good.
did some of those big sweeps and then cleaned up the little extra bits.
So that worked out for you?
Yeah.
Cool. And did you know about that before?
No. Well, I knew that stabilization existed as a concept. I've never touched it.
I see. Yeah. All right. I tend to be really clean with my lines, so I kind of go back and forth with. Hold on. Is my face right? Okay.
What do you mean?
I think I accidentally toggled on a different expression. Dreams are calling you. Okay, yes.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, have a good night. Rest well.
Yes, thank you for joining. So I got the main shape here. I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the tassel part right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna trace that semicircle, and I'm gonna put my stabilization up actually for this because these are big sweeping lines, and I'm gonna follow that curve, and then I have this extra thing right here, and I'm gonna sort of make another line right here and square it off, and that's like the end of the tassel there. I'm using this mostly as a guide, so I can tangent off the main shape to make those individual strands, and then do something like this. So I have like 3 individual strands right here.
Oh, advanced.
I see you made a line straight down the middle, our first guideline. You can do that because, these are technically all individual strands. If you'd like, you can do those tapered off, those tangent lines, right? And just follow them all the way over here. You can make a bunch of them if you'd like. Just make it very stripey, so you can imply that there's a lot of different strands here. So you can just kind of play with that if you'd like. The more you do, the more it looks like it's filled up with many different lines. So you can just kind of follow the guidelines and make more lines if you'd like. I think I'm going to leave it at this for me. Thank you for the fun. Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming. Hopefully it's somewhat entertaining. All right. I'm done with that. I'm going to start tracing my hands and feet, which are very simple. They're very thin. There we go.
Whoa.
It's feet. Gonna trace the eyeball now. Eyelashes. And the flower. I'm gonna change up my flower design just because I didn't particularly like the placement. Well, they could be whatever. I'm gonna do a couple of smaller ones on the side as well. I think that's a fun idea. I'm copying you. Well, I mean, technically I've drawn this before, but for your ego's sake, I'm copying you. I'm just gonna do loose flowers. I still have my stabilization at 50. I'm gonna put that down to 20. It's not so great when you're doing like small lines.
That makes sense.
It's really great for like the big stuff, in my opinion. I think other people may feel differently. This is reminding me of SpongeBob flowers for some reason.
Honestly, same.
And we can turn down your sketch layer if you'd like, and color it however you want. I will give you some suggested colors. These are the colors of the library. I'm gonna make another layer and put it underneath my line art layer. I'm gonna call it color. Depending on how you like to color, you can make as many layers for different colors if you'd like. When I'm doing something simple like this, I just kind of have one color layer because it's not super important to me. If I'm doing like a very complicated drawing, then that's when I'm going to be having all those different layers. So here's a sort of advanced technique. Now you can just color under like we did with the dust bunny. But because I would like to make sure that the line art, it's within the line art this time, I'm going to make the line art layer, I'm going to click on the line art layer, and I'm going to set it as a reference layer. Now this looks like a little lighthouse icon. In your layers panel, right above, there should be something that looks like a lighthouse, and if you hover over it, it says set as reference layer. Now, I don't actually know if it's supposed to be a lighthouse, but that's what I've always thought it looked like.
I mean, this one I do remember you telling me about in a different context, not on stream. And you explained it to me as a lighthouse. So now that's all I see.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Tell me in the chat if you call it something else, but to me it looks like a lighthouse. Anyway, if you set that layer, your line art layer now becomes a reference layer. So when I click on my color layer and I go to my fill tool, now this is the regular fill tool that you, Mordio, were looking at on the left-hand side in your toolbar, not the one on top.
Not the identical looking fill tool that's in a different location.
I know, it's confusing. I call it the never use the fill tool. That's okay.
No, I think it's the lighthouse.
Oh, the lighthouse? Oh, I love using it. I use it all the time for very clean line art. But anyway, I'm using the fill tool here, and there in subtool properties, if you don't see it again, you can go to Window and go to Subtool Fill. You can click on Refer to Other Layers, and this will allow you to use our reference layer, which we just made our line art layer, and it will refer to it when coloring it in. So now when I choose a color, I'm going to choose purple. And I'm going to fill in this area. And look, so it's only filling in where all the lines are closed. Now, I could get into the close gap function. And that essentially is if your liner is not completely closed, if the black isn't all touching each other, if there's like a little space open, you didn't quite reach it all the way, it will calculate how far that distance is and close the gap. So you will still be able to color within the lines even though there's a small gap. I guess I did explain it, but I won't go any further than that. So I'm just gonna plip all my colors in. You can make this whatever. I like to have the marks be purple generally because that is Mordio's color. And I am going to choose like a goldenish color for the tassels. So something
I was
like
thinking the same thing.
that. Yeah, you've seen them around. They generally look like that.
Very true.
Just going to choose all sorts of purples. You can choose blacks as well. Like me black. The eyeball can be whatever color you'd like it to be. I think that's good for me. That's generally how I would draw a mark. Oh, I really like yours, Mordio. Yours has such like there's something really, I don't know. It looks ready to move.
You know, the marks often are. Like, it's not always easy to tell what they're up to, you know, but they always got something they're doing. This guy's ready.
He's ready. What's he ready for?
Hey, all you people. That's what this pose reminds me of.
Hey, all you people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at there then. We could do all sorts of things. We could shade this, we could oh, you know what? I'm gonna lock the opacity for color, and I'm gonna make my brush really big, and then I'm gonna do sort of like an S shape, and look, it looks shiny now. Ooh, shiny. Like kind of like a highlight right here, you know?
I see, okay.
Yours came out weird. Did you draw one? I need to see it. If you guys have drawn any of the things that we've gone over today, please tag us. Tag us on Bluesky. Follow us on Bluesky.
Yeah, we wanna see.
Oh, yeah, there's your shine. That's so shiny and luxurious. Put it in the Discord? Yes, you can put it in the Discord. Eventually, once we hit 100 followers, I'm hoping to open up the Discord publicly. But until then, that's sort of just like our goal right here. So, unless we're collabing, the Discord is currently private, but eventually I'd like to release it to the public. How's it going over there, Mordio? Are you all done with yours?
I think so. I added the shine.
Very good. All right. Yeah, okay, so that's it for marks. You know, do you want to do a Starling? Because we are getting up to the time. We lost a lot of time from the technical difficulties, unfortunately.
We did. Well, I mean, if you have the energy, I have the learning aptitude.
Oh, very good. Okay, well, why don't we do that? But I'm going to just step out for just a second. Hold on, you guys. I need to get some tummy medicine. Okay, be right back.
Okay, bye. Oh, wait, we're still here. I guess it's just me now. This is my art stream now. I'm now the artist. And today we are drawing. What are we drawing? What's next thing? Let's draw Nova. Draw Nova real quick.
Hey, get out of my space. Get out of my space. Get shoo. Get. Stay small. Stay small over there.
How dare.
How dare you?
What? What'd I do? I didn't do anything.
Yes, you know what you did.
I just got close up to the camera.
Yeah, no one wanted that.
I just... Rude.
All right.
Rude.
Save your drawing. New canvas. All right, I'm gonna bring up a picture of a starling that I've already drawn, so I can also reference it because I I do need a little bit of a refresher here. This is my turnaround sheet, by the way, guys. You can find it on my Bluesky if you want to draw me.
Oh,
But let's take this guy right here.
look at that. Look at that bird.
Gonna put it right here. Oh, it's so tiny. Can make it bigger. Okay, this is our goal right here.
All right. That looks like a bird that says eat.
Meep.
Me.
This bird has no thoughts.
No thoughts. Not a single one.
All right, let's save our canvas. Let's call it Starling Drawing Practice, or whatever you like.
Starling drawing practice or whatever you'd like. Hyphens.
We got a smart guy over here.
Yeah, like I said. Always good in school.
What a menace you've become now that you're small.
It's because all of my energy was condensed into this smaller form, so.
All right, we're going to start with our sketch layer again. I'm going to choose this light pink color for the starling, and I'm going to use my design pencil. Okay, so we're going to start out very similar to the bunny, but sort of in reverse, right? Or, well, actually, we don't have to do it in reverse. We're going to make that very oblong oval shape, this loaf shape. Make your bread loaf.
Loaf.
Right. And then we're going to put a smaller circle on top of it, like we did with the bunny, but we're going to put a little higher. We're going to put it somewhere around here. Oh, sorry, I got to move the bird to a lower layer. All right. Right around here, we're going to do the small looking head right here. Another circle on top. And then let us do our crosshairs. So put one straight in the middle, but
Of the head or the body? Oh,
for
okay,
the head. And then don't draw your vertical line straight down the middle. We're gonna put it slightly to the right here. We're gonna have it. The eyes are sort of wide set apart here, so our eye is gonna be more in this location. Now, where the crosshairs are, we're going to draw a tiny circle around it. That's going to be our eyeball.
Oh, okay. I see. I misunderstood.
Oh, what
I
did
thought
you...
this meant we were going to be looking to our right, its left.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so for this particular guy, it's anatomy. The eyes are very, like, kind of far apart. This is not a predator. This is prey. All right, and now let us... So the bottom of the circle of the eye that you made here, let's draw a line across to the circle right there, too. So you're going to draw... from the bottom of your eye, a horizontal line straight across the head circle.
Okay.
All right. Now, just a little bit to the left of your eye circle, we're going to put a guideline right there, a vertical line right there, and that's going to be at the start of our beak.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And now, outside of the head circle, we're gonna extend the line a little about here, right about here. So that's gonna be the extension of our beak. So this has a very thin sort of beak, very just very oblong. So this is gonna be the top of our beak. So using these guidelines, we're going to curve the guidepost we made right around our eyeball, right? And then we're going to close these two guidelines into a rounded shape. So that's the end of our beak. And then we're going to draw a thin line at the bottom. So just a little bit inside of the beak, right? You don't want to start from the very tip of the beak, just a little closer right here. We're just going to do like a thin curved line for the bottom of the beak here and just connect it to the guidepost we made
Oh, I
earlier.
see.
So it's going to be like that. And now you can do some extra rounding if you'd like. You could leave it there, or you could just shape it a little bit more. I'm going to do that. So instead of it being sort of straight across this top part, I'm just going to extend the curve of it just a little bit more so it's a little more rounded. So it's more this shape, you see?
Oh, okay. When you started talking, I thought you were going to do the opposite and make it less rounded.
No,
You're going to make
just
it
a little
narrower.
rounded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let us also make a curved line between the two circle shapes. So we have our head shape and our body shape. And see this where they connect right here? We're just going to connect it so it's a smooth curve. So it's connected to its body. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So the right side where the circle of the head and the loaf of the body connect, we're going to just do those little curved lines to connect the two so they're more conjoined.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do its little feet, which are very easy.
Feet.
If we extend this vertical line that we did for its eye, just if you want to know general sort of placement, I'm going to extend it down here and sort of use that as my midpoint. And I'm going to draw two little triangle-y shapes right here on the bottom on one side, and then another two triangle-y shapes on the other side. And that's our feet.
Oh, I see. Mine is going to be very polite.
Oh, yours is going to be tucked in. I see. I like that. Very polite, very demure. Okay. Now we're going to draw the hardest shape of all, a star. And honestly, it really is one of the hardest shapes to
I
draw.
don't know if I can do it.
Well, let me give you a little trick in Clip Studio Paint. How about that?
Trick.
Yes. Okay, we're going to
Cheating.
use the symmetry tool.
The symmetry tool. I've heard legends of such a thing.
So on your toolbar, it's actually called the ruler. If you click on the ruler, and then you look at your subtools, do you have that open?
Uh-huh.
If you scroll all the way down, you'll find symmetrical ruler, excuse me.
I see it.
And underneath the properties, do you have the tool properties up?
Yep.
It says number of lines. I want you to change that to 5. All right, now that you have it onto 5 and you're on your ruler tool, you can now place where your star is going to go. So I am going to put my ruler in this right-hand side of the bird, right, this body shape, and I'm going to put it somewhere in the middle right here. And if you just place it, it will create 5 points, but you can also hold down the shift key if you'd like and put it straight up, and that will make a straight upward facing star.
Oh.
So now that we have that, let's go, there's the center point, and then let's go a little bit up and draw a triangle shape on both sides, and then you should start to get a star shape.
This is actually crazy.
Yeah, there you go. There's your star. Now
I did mine upside down, but that's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay. I'll fix it.
You can fix it. Yeah. So using your shift key, you can place it straight up.
Do the opposite. I want to place it straight down. That's more intuitive for
Okay,
me.
sure, no problem. That probably means though your star point will face down though.
No, I just had the opposite problem where I had mine facing up, and that made my star face down. So now if I put it facing down, my star faces
Oh,
up.
interesting. Okay. And I like to do it kind of rounded, sort of like a rounded triangle, so it's a little cuter, the shape, personally.
If you round
Incredible.
it too much, it looks like a flower.
Exactly. You can do quick flowers that way too.
Wow, I
So
wish I knew that during the Mark one.
sorry.
There we go. Okay, that's okay. That wasn't a dig against you. I was like, wow, this would have been useful when I was doing those flowers.
So now you've created this like pretty much perfect star. There's still some, you could still make it lopsided, but it's much more perfect than like if we were to freehand it. So I like using this tool for stars in particular.
How does one get rid of the ruler once you're done with it?
Great question. So if you go into your layers panel and you can see there's the layer tool sort of on the side. And you can do two things. If you want to get rid of it for good, you can click on it and drag it into the little trash can.
Okay.
Or if you want to just turn it off and save it for later, you can press Shift and then click on it.
Got it.
So now it's disabled. But if you want to go back to it, you can press Shift again and turn it back on.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
Yep. So we've created our star. That is going to be where our wings originate from. In Starlings, they're very cute. We're just going to have a curved line like this on one point of the star, and then another curved line on the outer side, and then we're going to divide it into thirds. So right like this. You kind of want it curving in because this is part of its wing. It's a kind of like going to be wingish shaped. So just do that.
Right, of course.
Beautiful. There, yes. This is looking great. Look at it. God, it's so cute. What do you think?
Yay, mascots. I think it is. Mine looks very marshmallow.
Yes. All right. Now, all we really have, well, there's two more things. We're going to do the tail. So we're just going to do the right-hand side of the body shape, just like sort of in the middle here. And we're going to do a curved line, just like a nice smooth curved line like this. Make two of them, and then make your other line to complete this shape. So I'm going to put it right here, and then it's going to do a nice circle connection right there. So like a circle-y sort of line right there, and that'll be your tail. Now I do suggest putting the tail lines pretty close to each other so it looks like it's kind of coming from the same point.
Oh, I see, I see.
And they can touch each other too. The tail is sort of flexible, so if you wanted to make them overlap, so I'm just going to erase mine real quick, one of them, and you want to just follow that same curve so the tail is together, so it's like this, you can do that too. That's perfectly acceptable. In fact, I'll leave mine like that just to show the variation, and you can leave yours like that.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Now, there's some other details we could do, like, for example, even though it's not in line art, we can make the guide for it if you'd like. So we have this belly shape over here.
Belly shape.
So from the bottom of this head line, or head circle that we've done, I'm going to put a horizontal guide mark right there.
Guide mark. That's when a mark leads you to where you need to be within the library. That's a guide mark.
Yes. And now using this 90-degree subsection right here, I'm going to follow the curve of the belly here. And I'm going to follow it very closely to this line right here. And then within this barrier right here, within this section, I'm going to do another line that follows that belly curve. And then I'm going to round it out. So then we have our nice belly shape right here.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Is that who's going to meet me at the airport? The Starling?
The guide mark.
Oh, the guide mark. Okay, that makes more sense. Yes. So you want to make that nice and round, very soft.
Round.
And then let's make another smaller circle within the eye circle that we've done, because that is where the color is going to go. It's going to look a little creepy in the sketch, but in color it's going to look great.
All right.
All right, let's erase some guides here so we're not too confused. So I'm going to erase the head circle connecting to the body circle here, so it's just nice and smooth. So we're not confused about that. We're going to keep our nice curved shapes that we made as well. I'm going to erase the crosshairs that we made for the circle, or for the head shape. I'm going to erase the guide marks that we made for our tummy and inside the beak. And then, of course, the crosshairs within the eyeball, if you'd like. So we're left with this. Yours kind of looks like a Porygon, just a little bit.
Mine also looks like it's going through some issues. I think that's the irregular erasing. I think it'll smooth out.
So now we can do the line art. Let's go ahead and just do our line art for a little bit. I'm also gonna rotate my canvas because that is a cool and smart thing to do. I will suggest, if you don't want to use pure black, to do a dark red for this particular guy.
Oh, okay.
I like using the dark red for it because it's so light. And then we're just gonna trace what we have left here. So why don't we just take a few minutes to do that?
All right. Whoop.
So what did you think about doing this compared to some of the other ones? This one I think is a little more complicated.
For sure. The dust bunny is incredibly forgiving.
Yes.
And the mark is, I feel like, oops, wrong layer.
Oh, someone played wrong layer. Oh wait, no one's gonna be able to hear it though because I don't have it set up. Wrong layer!
Thank you.
Why do we even have that lever?
I like how you said it, but you didn't adapt it to wrong layer.
I know, I don't know why.
Yeah. This one, however, is a little bit more in requirements, I think, for the bird.
Yeah, I think
it's a
we
little
did
bit
a
stricter.
good like gradient of easiest to more difficult, but I think they're all generally like still kind of simple.
Oh, for sure.
Did you feel overwhelmed by anything? Any instructions or techniques that we've done today?
I don't think so.
Good. Was there anything in particular you learned that you thought was helpful?
I learned about that ruler tool, very helpful. And I learned where the stabilization lives, so now I can use it if I need to.
Yes. I don't change it too often, to be honest. I just kind of found one that I like and then went from there. But I do adjust it for, like I said, those big things, you know. Oh, and because we didn't delete our ruler tool, or at least I believe we didn't, I'm going to turn it back on and then grab it and move it to my other layer, my line art layer. And now I can redo that star
Oh, the same consistency
Yes.
as the consistency of a star. This ruler.
So I do like grabbing. You can do that with a lot of things. Like you can grab masks and put them on a different layer. You can duplicate them by holding, I believe it's Control. No, it's not Control. It is Alt. And then dragging it so you can duplicate it if you like instead. All very useful tools.
The symmetry one's actually wild, though.
The symmetry one's really fun. You can make really fun geometric things with it. Or even organic things, but just like make cool patterns, you know? How's your line art going?
It's going. It's going. My bird is birding. My rotation technique is causing my canvas to spin constantly on stream. But
Yeah, I've read it's really good for people to look at.
Yeah, it's great. It really lets you see all the angles.
All right, let me know when you were near done, and then we can talk about colors.
All right, it's gonna take me another minute or two.
No problem.
It does make me think of like, sometimes I feel like this is true not just in art, but like in other things, right? Like someone learns a basic tool that it's not the best way to do something. It's not like the worst either. Like it gets it done relatively fast. So it's just like they never learn how to do something the slightly more proper way. And so they build up all of these basic I don't want to say hacks, but techniques.
What?
Yeah.
So, do you mean like someone who doesn't know about the symmetry tool, not using it, and then never using it?
No, I mean more someone who rather than build up their ability to draw lines at different angles, just keeps rotating the canvas to draw the same line.
Well, I
Like,
don't
oh,
think there's actually anything wrong with that.
yeah, I'm saying that's what I'm saying too. It's like it's not actually like a problem, but just like it's different.
Well,
You
I
know?
think that's still, I don't know, because I feel like that's not a wrong way to do it. And it is, in fact, probably easier on your arm. Like, it's better to rotate your canvas or your body angle rather than twist your wrist because you're not really supposed to draw with your wrist. You're supposed to draw with your arm, right? And then
That makes sense.
certain shapes, certain ways you draw all come from like pulling your arm a certain direction. Now, I will preface this with I've never been like classically trained. No one's ever taught me how to draw. Like I haven't had formal classes or anything. This is all like
Wait a minute. Are you accredited? Am I getting course credits for this class?
you are not. This is more like a club. You will not get any sort of accreditation.
Noted.
What, are you gonna quit now?
No, we're almost done. We're almost done.
Don't you quit on me!
I was saying it would have been nice to know on the flyer.
Ungrateful student.
Never.
I can't.
What was that?
Your bird!
What about it?
I love him.
I can't hear a word. Your Discord is
I
cutting
said
you
I
off.
love him.
Oh,
He
good.
looks very
Okay.
intellectual.
Does he? I was thinking the opposite, actually.
He looks very big-brained.
Looks, I don't know, more five-head than big-brained, I'd think.
All right, well, let's move on to color so we can give him a bit of life.
Okay. Sounds
Okay,
good.
so I have the exact colors here, but I'm not going to tell you how to do like the exact color numbers. I think that's silly for this particular exercise. If you really want, I can make an exact sheet for this little fellow, but let's oh, excuse me. Let's go to our color wheel, okay? And I'm just going to show you approximately where it is. So I'm bringing it up. And now, so it is pink, but it's much more on the purple side, actually.
Oh.
And then you want to choose it pretty light around this area right here. So
Okay, I don't know if we can see your color wheel.
Oh yeah, you can't. So that's good actually. I don't want you guys to really pick out exact colors, but yeah, you want to go around like it's more purple than you think, and then you want to choose something very light, and that's going to be our pink.
Okay, more purple than
More
you think.
beluga whale than bird. It's kind of true, but in a good way.
Oh. No, I see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, so oh yeah, I've seen you've made your reference line, so your line art layer is now your reference layer, and then underneath you can now do your color layer, and we're gonna fill in the body. Perfect. Okay. Now, for the outer rim of the eye, you can do two things. You can choose a dark red that's different from your line art, or you could just use your line art color, because that's already dark red. But yeah, you want to be in the sort of red section, and you want to go to you want to go dark, right? And then you want to, but dark and saturated is kind of where you want to be at.
Okay.
And then for the inner eye, this is a very bright red. So you want to be on the edge of red, almost going towards pink, and then kind of go very close to the top right here. Oh, I see you're just ignoring my
No, I'm
order
listening.
here. No, you're doing other colors. I see it.
I can't see when you're in the color picker.
But I'm explaining it to you. I'm still explaining it to you. Oh no, I just realized chat is it's a white text color.
I noticed earlier, but we were having so many technical difficulties, I didn't want to risk causing more by distracting us.
Dang it. Well, because we're on the eye now, we're actually going to make a layer above line art. And I'm going to label it white. And we're going to make the whites of the eye.
Art.
So I'm going to use my pen tool, and I'm going to choose pure white. And I'm going to choose like a small circle or a small size for my brush so it's a perfect circle, and just click and do that little dot. And do a slightly smaller one and click within the eyeball. And then we have our eye. Now it's cute now instead of terrifying.
Well, let me see if I can fix mine in that regard.
Oh yeah, look at it. It's much cuter now.
Yeah, that does help a lot.
And you can do 2 white circles if you'd like, or you could just do the one.
I think the one is good for mine at least.
Yeah, so whatever you want. And the pupil size could change different too. Like for my reference, it's much bigger than the one I did now, but you know, pupils can dilate, so it's all good. All right, I'm gonna go back to my color layer, and I'm going to do the belly color, which is a very, very light yellow. Very light yellow. I'm going to color the feet the same color as the liner or eyes. So if you have a little more room there, I'm going to do that. Just clean up these lines here. We have a nice, you know, it's not navy blue, but it's sort of around in that range for the tail. A palish yellow for the star, a minty green for the green part of the wing, baby blue for the wing, and a purpley pink, I would say, for the last color. Then kind of orange right here for the beak, a light orange. Just gonna wait for it. I'm gonna watch you fill in your bird.
Yes, I just need the
Yeah, yeah.
beacon.
I'm just looking. Very nice. Oh, it's so lumpy and
Ba-bam!
cute. It's so cute. Now, let's do one last detail here.
Okay.
This is another special technique because
Mhm.
really we shouldn't have the line art for the belly. That would we want it to sort of be seamless here, or rather like, you know, kind of look more like it's part of the body rather than a separate flap, you know? So we're going to
Mhm.
go into our line art layer, and then we're going to lock opacity, so lock transparent pixels again. And instead of using the
Alright.
bucket tool, we're going to use our pen tool, and we're going to choose the same color as the belly, this yellow color. Now you can, if you haven't used the eyedropper tool before, you can do the shortcut I, or you can go to your tools property and it looks like an eyedropper. Or a third way, you can just right click your color and then use that. So choose your belly color, and then with your locked line art layer and your brush tool, you're just gonna go and color over the line art. And you're gonna color
Oh,
only the belly part. So try to keep the outline of the bird solid and just color those belly parts. Oh, perfect!
there we go.
These are cute little guys.
Yeah, this right here, this is a lad.
That's a lad. Oh my god, they're beautiful.
God, I love how much extra forehead mine has compared to
Yeah,
yours.
like I said, it's very
Just
big
like a
brain.
slightly, it's just a slight difference in head shape has made it so much more forehead.
Yeah, it's got a 5 head, but you know it's very cute all the same.
Mhm.
All right, I think we're done. That's all the mascots. Let me bring it up actually.
Wow.
Let me bring up all the ones that we did today. Just give me a moment. Now, what's your favorite one that you've done today?
Oh, my favorite one.
Yeah, what's your favorite one?
I mean, it's so hard to pick a favorite. I think the dust bunnies are nice for relaxing, both as a picture and as the creature that you want with you. The marks are fun to actually just like slap the core shapes are easy, and then you just slap whatever pattern you want on them. Like that's nice. Meanwhile, the starling has the very satisfying. It's a little bit more difficult, a little bit less relaxing. But look at those lumps. Look at that marshmallow. Hmm.
Oops. Yeah, so yeah, that's good. Okay, 1 second. I almost have all of them up. All right. So we've got a range here. We've got our easy level dust bunny.
Mhm.
We've got our medium level mark. And we've got our advanced, the starling.
The starling.
Cool. Okay, so that's all the time we have for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope this has inspired you to draw. And if you did like it, let us know what else you would like to learn how to draw. I mean, I don't know how to draw everything, but I will strive to learn and try to make it as digestible as possible. I think animals and mascots are very easy or well, like the easier way to go, and more like accessible. But if you have something in particular you want me to try to explain how to draw, let me know. I'd like to make this a series if people are interested. So do let us know. And again, if you've drawn any of these things, please, please, please tag us on Bluesky. You can tag me at Nova Minakawa, and you could also tag Mordio Crow at Bluesky, but tag me because I'm the one who taught you how to draw.
That's fair. You know what? Fair enough. Or tag me because I can archive it all away.
What?
'Cause I'm an
No,
archivist, so I
yeah,
can archive things.
but tag me. No, but tag me. Tag me. All right, that's it for me here. That's the end of our stream today. Thank you for joining us in the art room in the library, Liminal Branch Library. I've been Minakawa, and you have been who of you?
I've been Mordio Crow, archivist, librarian, eternal student.
Yes. And get ready to have perhaps a collab stream with our favorite skeleton, Hambone, sometime this week. Maybe. No promises, but we're going to try, I believe. So go check them out for sure. Radio Bonaire. Please go and follow them as well. And we'll see you next time. Check our Blue Skies for the schedule. Goodbye. Good night.
Goodbye.
Good night.